the finals. From Nate's cousin Eddie persona and his unapologetic love for Chubb and Justin's hatred for Chris Ballard, our show is as good as a belly rub. Mark is the best of the NFC West, putting down Penguin Pete with his love for the Rams. Grab a whiskey or a beer, we're glad you're here. Welcome to the family, but plan for gibberish and rambling. We have recent news and games of the week. We talk PPR and weekly streams. Start 'em and sit 'em, keep 'em or quit 'em. Hit the like and sub buttons for the fellas. Got any suggestions? Just tell us. From Nate's cousin Eddie persona and his unapologetic love for Chubb and Justin's hatred for Chris Ballard, our show is as good as a belly rub. Mark is the best of the NFC West, putting down Penguin Pete with his love for the Rams. Grab a whiskey or a beer, we're glad you're here. Welcome to the family, a plan for Jim.
That'll work. What up? Welcome in to Toilets to Titles. Nate. You can find me on Twitter at Nate_Dirt19. I'm joined by a heck of a crew tonight. Mark, as always. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How's it going?
Good. Sorry we got off to a little late start. Justin's not here to drive the ship for us, so we're kind of, just doing whatever. So we'll just blame him for it, right? We are joined tonight by a couple of old pals I haven't seen forever. Mr. Pru Baby himself and Iceman. What's up, fellas?
How's it going, buddy?
What's going on, my guys? Good to see the boys.
Oh yeah, football's like your name says. It's very close. We can. It feels like it's around the corner. Better than it has been.
After that Caleb throw, football's here for me.
I know. You're probably just like hanging out at the park catching him, aren't you?
Almost.
Yeah, I'm just ready for it. I'm just excited. I can't wait. I wish I was going to Brazil, but that's not in my budget to go to Brazil to watch a football game. So, but we do have some good news. I guess I do want to get everybody's thoughts on the whole. Your wide receivers aren't playing this year. Jamar Chase is now he's sitting out, and he was at practice, and then he just decided not to go anymore. CeeDee Lamb, I don't know what that's all about, and then Ayuk, I'm kind of tired of that one. I know, Mark, I think last week you said the same thing, like, can we just be done with this?
Right.
But, I mean, does Ayuk play for the Niners this year?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
At this point, yeah. Seems like every week we get something new that's leaning towards he may not be, but then it just sits for another week or two. So I think at this point he's staying there.
I don't know. I mean, nobody's going to pay him. Well, I guess the Patriots are going to pay him, but I think Ayuk did the Patriots a favor by not going there. I mean, that's kind of what I feel about it, anyways. But and I think same thing with Jamar Chase. Like, he's going to get paid. I don't think there's any chance he, obviously Higgins is leaving, so it's Chase's show, and I think I don't know what happens in Dallas. I really don't. Iceman, you think he's going to be a Cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see why they're dragging it out so long. But yeah, I don't see that he goes anywhere else. Yeah, I think Jerry's that stupid, is he? Really?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Like I said, I know they're going to have to pay Dak and they're going to have to pay Parsons. I mean,
they're not paying Dak.
What are they going to do though? Who's going to be Cooper Rush?
They're not paying Dak. No, Jerry's going to do one of those like classic Jerry moves that make no sense at all. They mess around and run Trey Lance, but they're not paying Dak. They're going to pay.
Trey Lance is done. I'm sorry.
They're definitely going to pay. They're definitely going to pay CD and Micah way before they pay Dak again.
Well, they have. I mean, Parsons is the number one guy you pay. He's probably the top 2 or 3 players in the league. I mean, he is. So
yeah, for sure. I think CD gets the contract beforehand, though. I'll say that.
Probably, he should. I mean, like I said, you need him. If they don't have him, I don't even know if they win 6 games without CeeDee Lamb. I mean,
what did Jefferson get annually?
35 a year.
Oh,
yeah. Isn't that what it was?
Oh, that's a reset market for real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Jerry's ready to sell the team.
Yeah, he said. I mean, I don't know what their plan is. I mean, I'd say because they gotta not really any choice.
4-year, $140 million, 110 guaranteed for Justin.
Oh my Lord. Oh yeah, I know Tyreek Hill loves him.
Right?
Yeah. Is
Wow.
Tyreek gonna get
Yeah,
one more?
I mean, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, Chase has got to get just as close, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna CD and Chase are gonna reset it again. So we're talking what, $37 million for receivers now? My goodness.
Then Justin's gonna hold out next year so he can get paid 40.
And it'd be deserved.
Speaking of awesome receivers, Mike Williams joins back in Jets practice. Good for him. Maybe this is the year. I always wanted him to do well and succeed. Like I was always excited every year. Like maybe he'll do something then he get hurt or whatever. It's always such a letdown. But that'd be cool if he scored like 6 touchdowns this year or something and had like 800 yards. That'd probably be a pretty good year for him.
I'm biased.
You don't like Mike Williams?
It's the Jets. I don't want who's throwing him the ball to, succeed at any point.
Yeah. We know. You still hate him. I get it. It's cool. I should have worn my jersey for it. I didn't even think about it.
How could I not, bro? How could I not?
I don't expect you not to. It's fine. No big deal. I got a good laugh out of this one. Jonathan Gannon said Kyler Murray is leaps and bounds ahead of last season. Everybody's leaps and bounds ahead of last season right now. I don't know. The Cardinals they're definitely last in the division, right? Out west.
I don't know.
He's confused. He said, "What do you think? Is Seattle going to be worse?"
Yeah, man. I don't know. I actually don't mind the Cardinals this year.
Yeah, I mean, actually.
That price on them to win the West is huge, obviously, because Niners and the Rams should be first and second, but I don't mind them certainly from a fantasy perspective and a betting perspective. I don't actually I don't mind the Cardinals at all. I mean, I took Kyler in the Frankenstein draft. You're
already that far into your Frankenstein draft? Jeez.
Oh, I did the live.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay. I was gonna say
we did the live.
I took CJ Stroud today, and I was really excited.
I'm going to pull back on what I said. I don't agree that I would take them to win the division. I don't know what kind of day you had, but it was obviously a great one. I do love Kyler in fantasy, though. And I don't think they'll be that bad, to be honest with you. He's always been a winner, and he's going to make a couple plays no matter what, as long as he stays healthy. So, yeah, I like him to be a sleeper.
Harrison looked awesome.
Weeks.
Now, there is a new Call of Duty coming out this year, though. Are we worried about that?
He doesn't do that anymore.
Hey, it's going to be a problem no matter what, if it was new or not. So I guess we'll just take our chances with that.
The Mayor Munchkinland's going to have another good year. Yeah, like I said, I always like Kyler. He's just a little short. Big one, Herbert back. You like that, didn't you? Herbert back at practice. They cut the Max Duggan or whatever, the kid from TCU. That's good. He wasn't in cleats, I don't think, though. He said he was in tennis shoes. But that's good that he's back. Surprise, Jaden Daniels, starter in Washington. I think we all knew that was coming. I think they're going to have I don't know. We'll see what happens.
They've had a new starting quarterback every year since 2017 in week 1. Can you believe that?
And guess what? Terry McLaurin's still gone over his receiving yards every single season.
Dog. He's a dog.
A dog.
Yeah.
A dog.
It would have been wild to have him and Ayuk on the same team. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that'd be tough.
I think Terry on any other team with a good receiver is going to be insane. He spreads the field so crazy.
Yeah. Colt McCoy retired. 12 years in the NFL. Good 5 teams. I think he was on. He was a good guy for the Cardinals last year. He played pretty well.
Dude, talk about a sweet ass life.
Oh, I know. Backup quarterback.
Right.
He's like Blue Mountain State. Blue Mountain State. Like, wow. The dream. That's the dream. Backup quarterback, millions of dollars, 12-year career. Hats off.
I thought about being a bullpen catcher in the MLB because you get paid like the league minimum, I think, to be a bullpen catcher. Like that'd be sweet. You travel with the team, just hang out and smoke cigs in the bullpen. You know, like I don't know if they still do that or not, but that's what I'd be doing, I guess. But so I didn't know this. I just saw this. Justin put in there that Tua went off on his former coach Brian Flores.
I added that in there. Yeah.
Is there a video of this? I need to watch this. Call him a terrible person. Tua, shut up, dude. Go bang your head off the ground.
Yeah, I think it was with Golick. I think he did the interview with maybe. But yeah, Tua was basically saying how Flores was a terrible person and how like he treated him like shit the whole time and said he didn't belong there. He shouldn't be on the team. He didn't deserve to be there, all this other crap. And then Flores did a press conference today and it was very awkward. Like he was shaky voice through the whole thing, gave this whole speech about how he got into coaching because he wanted player relationships to be good and all this stuff. It was very awkward. Very awkward.
That's awesome.
So what Tua said was true then?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Man wanted to haze his own quarterback, essentially. From what Tua's making it seem like. He's really ragging on him the whole time. Come on. What's going on, bro?
Flores is more like the old school, like tough love guy, and Tua needs you to hold his hand, you know. So,
well, I mean that would, I guess, explain why didn't they do the whole in and out with him and Fitzpatrick back then, right? Ryan Fitzpatrick was still on the team, and they every other drive,
carrying
out of like randomly too. Yeah. And on top of that, bro, you're a defensive coach. Get on that side of the ball. What you ruining my confidence for?
Yeah. Like, he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him. He's no Wink Martindale, but he's up there.
Yeah, he can haze any of my players, bro. Just keep them within.
If your defense is going to play well, I don't care what you do to them. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We're playing good on Sundays, I'm in.
Better get tougher skin.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They are still filming our League of Champions. Get a hold of Wicked, right? If you went in that. I don't know. I don't remember how far along he is. I haven't talked to him about it because I didn't have enough entries in it. I know that. But there's still a little bit of time left. I'm not sure when he's actually going to close that. Half the Frankenstein drafts have kicked off. Mine did. The league I'm commissioning has not. Mark and I talked about that. It's been that rock, paper, scissors is just it's more of a live event than a text event because it is not fun to try to get people to do that on messages. But anyways, let's get into the good stuff. The reason you guys are here to share some of your gambling knowledge with us because you guys just clean house on your guys' Discord. We can plug that at the end too. But if you're looking to get in the best Discord around, definitely hit these guys up because it is nonstop. Nonstop. It's awesome. So always posting winners. But I mean, hell, there's days. It's usually pretty early when you send a message out. Isn't Iceman like 7 in the morning, my time?
Yeah. I mean,
I love it.
Some of us degenerates check what's going on for the day before we go to work. And I'm East Coast as well. So it's like 9 o'clock for me when I get to my desk. I'm like, let me just take some value, send it out today just in case I get busy. So for you guys, it's probably 7 a.m. in the morning. You're like, the fuck is this guy doing?
Well, no, I'm up at like 5 my time. So like, we're good. I like it, But the one thing I will say that's hard, I wish there was an easier way to find all these gosh darn soccer leagues. I don't even know what half of them are. Well, I don't even know what 95% of them are. And I'm like trying to search them. I'm like, I don't know. I like, is this the right one? Like, I think this is it.
I can start to make it easier for you.
Nah, you don't need that for me. I figure it out. It just takes a little bit. Probably saves me money sometimes because, I don't bet on the wrong thing. I'm not saying you're giving out wrong advice. I'm saying I'm just not betting the right thing because I'm just like, I'll just wait till the next one.
Dude, at this point, you can take anything he's playing.
I know. He wins every time.
Like, hey, yo.
It's wild. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The best soccer handicapper around. I don't know anybody who's doing it the same he is. So
soccer goat. I've been screaming it for way longer than I thought. Probably 2 years now. Soccer goat.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry we're not talking soccer.
We can talk this fake football stuff if you want. Yes.
Any sport.
He got a good line on some ping pong for me tomorrow. He said he's got a heater and ping pong for me.
Hey, Don't test me. Don't test me.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought we'd go over some division stuff first. I thought there was some pretty good value here and there in the division winners. We just go around. If anything sticks out, we don't need to read through all of them, I guess. But we start with the NFC East. The Giants and Washington football team. I don't think there's even any point to even put money there. And the Cowboys, in my opinion, if this whole nightmare with CDs going on, and I'll be honest, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be nearly as good as they have been. I don't think they are. I think their defense is kind of going to struggle. So as long as the Eagles get back to their normal offense, I think it's pretty well their division.
Yeah. Regular season Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
They could probably lose 6 in a row again and still win that division. So I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I said minus 120. I'm not, whatever if you feel like it. But on to the NFC North, Pru and I's division. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen. A lot of people think it's the Lions. I don't honestly think it is, but
I do. I think Detroit wins it.
Then?
What'd you say?
I was going to say, if Detroit don't, who does? Are you saying the Packers are going to win it, Nate?
I think they have a good chance the Lions do. I don't know if I believe in the Lions yet.
Answer the question.
What?
Answer the question, Nate. Who wins it if Detroit doesn't win it?
The Packers. Dude, come on. We don't have enough time to talk Bears and Packers right now. We can't. I know we want to. Can I tell you my one concern about your team before I say anything?
Yes, please.
Your offensive line. Don't look at me like there's some. I mean, I'm not saying ours is great. That's my concern for Caleb Williams is your offensive line.
We got one gap.
You guys went 3 plays in a row against the second team defense for Cincinnati.
Hey, you got it. You got it.
I don't want to argue with you. You're my friend.
We're not. Hey, if Detroit don't win that division, it's because Caleb Williams went for 4,000. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Jordan Love threw 4,000 last year. No big deal.
Yeah, barely, and it was garbage time most of those games. So we're okay. We're not gonna do this, Nate. We're not gonna do this.
We don't have time. We don't have time.
Detroit's gonna win the division.
They probably will. I just hope not. I just don't like them. On to the South. You don't like the Lions either. It's fine. You just hate the Packers more.
I mean, I do have Barry Sanders behind me, but
but it's the good Barry Sanders, the orange one.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. But NFC South. NFC South before I get all heated up.
Big value. Big value on Baker and the Bucs.
I said, do you guys like the Bucs to win this one?
Yeah.
I'm a nice fan. I think I like the Bucs here. Plus 350, that's solid.
Plus 350 is
that's a lot.
Because man, that defense took some hits.
It did. It did. But
I don't know. That defense took some hits, and so it gets me a little iffy. But plus 350 is great value. You kind of have to go with the strategic play on that one. I would definitely run it for plus 350.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just purely out of principle not taking the Falcons at minus 145.
No.
Yeah.
But I do think if Kirk stays healthy, they're pretty safe to win that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does he stay healthy with that Achilles?
Is a big if. Yeah.
And when is he gonna start the season?
From everything I read, they said he's ready to go.
Oh, he got the Aaron Rodgers.
What's that?
We don't have time to talk about Michael Penix. I was pissed off the other day about him. So,
did Kirk get the Aaron Rodgers medical treatment? How's he going to start the season?
The power of the Lord.
Hey, he's good all the time.
He is. I'd rather do ayahuasca and give it a shot, but whatever, man. Hey, do your thing. Yeah, I think honestly I like the Bucs to win the division, even with Kirk back. I mean, I know their defense is hurting, but I don't know. I trust Todd Bowles. I think more than I trust the Falcons, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think that plus 350 is great. Out to the West, I think the Rams at plus 330. I think is a good bet. I think the Rams are going to be better this year than they were last year. I know the Niners. They're going to be the 49ers. We know that. I think Greenlaw's a big loss. We talked about that before the show. We don't know when he's back, and it won't be – I mean, there's no chance he's back by November, is there? I mean, he ruptures Achilles in February. I don't think he could be back by then. You could look it up, I guess. But, I mean, they're still going to be great. Shanahan's awesome.
I mean, hell, we got Kirk starting. You never know, I guess, with the Achilles, but his is ruptured. I don't know. I mean, hey, I don't think that's that big of a loss to it. But
I mean, Kirk's was in like – what did he make it? 2 weeks or 4 or 5 weeks in? I mean, his was in like, September, October. Like, he's almost at a year.
No, I thought Kirk was a little bit. I think he was like 7 or 8 games in because they were talking about he was almost in the MVP race.
Well, apparently, rupturing your Achilles isn't a big deal anymore.
October 29th.
October 29th.
Oh, that's
that week 8?
I'm not sure.
Roughly.
But they don't reckon Greenlaw will be back regular season.
They don't think he will be?
If he comes back regular season, they say it's a big bonus, but they're prepping to have him ready for the playoffs.
I mean, I think they're going to be, like I said, they're the 49ers. They're going to be great. But I like the Rams at plus 330. I think that's a good bet. Mark, you think that's a good bet, right?
We put together a very, very sneaky good defense. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can never replace Aaron Donald, but all the additions they made in the offseason, the draft, getting the 2 kids out of Florida State, your team, right? I think defense is going to be really solid. From what everybody's saying, Cooper's back to Cooper. So I think that offense can roll, especially adding Corum into the mix. I mean, with him and Kyron switching on and off, I think you got a good shot. I mean, San Francisco is San Francisco, but still, I think if anybody's going to give him a run, I think we can.
I also, looking at odds wise, I think when we talk, I feel like the Cardinals and the Seahawks need to be switched. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure what's going to happen in Seattle with, McDonald and that whole deal. And Geno seemed like 2 years ago he looked great, and last year it was kind of like it wasn't great. And their defense, I don't know. But
yeah, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid if they were switched the other way. To be honest.
Yeah. I also wouldn't take Seattle unless they were plus 1,000 regardless.
No, I'm not saying I was going to bet them.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to think that.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't take it that way either. I just wanted to make sure people understood that. Yeah, that's a toss up. 700 is pretty low for as many holes as it is in that roster. Yeah. And Geno looked his best year 1 with Waldron, by the way. So hopefully that's the case.
Always comes back to it. Always. I love Geno, man. That's West Virginia guy for me. Those are my boys. Yeah. He's no Pat White, Steve Slayton time, but it was still fun. Over to the AFC East. I was surprised that this. I guess I wasn't, but the top 3 are close. Jets, Bills, both at plus 180. The Dolphins at plus 200, and then the Patriots at plus 2,500 because they're the worst team in the NFL.
Why are so many people set on Buffalo this year?
I think they're going to struggle, especially now Matt Milano's out again, which sucks because I love that guy. I mean, he holds that defense together, I think. And I don't know. Iceman can know. He hangs out in Orchard Park. That's like his neck of the woods up there. So, what's going on? Like, it just sucks to see him hurt again.
Yeah.
But
it's the water.
Yeah, that Niagara Falls water is too cold. I know Kincaid's great. And Keon Coleman's look good, of course, but it says preseason, so everybody looks good, so it really doesn't matter.
And it's a rookie receiver 1? Like, who is their receiver 1?
Curtis Samuel's what Mark said. Isn't that what you said a couple weeks ago?
No, Khalil. It's Khalil.
Or Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, I like Samuel. Samuel did get hurt already, though, so.
Yeah.
That's because he's 45.
Yeah.
It's Khalil Shakir?
I think it is.
Yes.
It's probably Dalton Kincaid, to be honest.
Yeah. Does anybody think the Jets could win that division, though?
I mean, they can. I wouldn't bet them at plus 180, but
I don't think I'd bet any team in that division to win. At 180 or the Dolphins at plus 200, I wouldn't bet either one of them.
If you had to pick a team right now to win the division, forget the odds.
Miami
Dolphins. That's what I was going to say.
I hate the Dolphins, but I'd probably pick them because I think Bob Saleh is a dipshit. So,
how do you hate the Dolphins with Mike McDaniel?
I'm not a Dolphins guy.
Bro, he's awesome. He's awesome. I'm a fan because of him. Like, bro, he's hilarious.
I'm not a Tua guy.
And a genius.
Not a Tua guy.
Oh,
I love Tyreek Hill.
Come on.
No, he stinks. Hey, would you trade Caleb for him right now?
Okay, come on. Let's be serious. Just don't get all hasty.
I'm just saying he can't play in the cold. He can't play in the rain.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the arm talent. He doesn't have the arm talent to even make that one.
Well, this wasn't even an arm talent question. It was just a quarterback question. I don't even think about that. I'm just saying he can't play in the weather. That's why I don't think he's any good.
No, but he could go to San Francisco and play out there and win a Super Bowl.
Well, probably.
They don't get much rain.
I agree.
No.
And and just don't ask if I would switch him with, the next face of the league.
All right. I don't know. Like I said, I don't.
Did I freeze?
The Jets seem like they have one guy in each spot. Maybe They don't seem very deep. The offensive line worries me. I think they have some good pieces on defense. The whole Hassan Reddick thing is hilarious. That's probably the funniest thing ever. What a terrible, terrible trade. Like, I don't know what you were thinking there. But hey, Jet's going to Jet. So, Quinn Williams is still awesome. I think.
I don't get that. Why do you guys think he did that, Hassan Reddick?
Well, I mean, what'd you trade Brian Burns for? He was one of your better players on defense. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Hassan Reddick's thinking. He just doesn't want to play. I mean, he's lost a couple $1 million already. I mean, not getting game checks, so I guess he doesn't care. So, whatever. On to the AFC North, which probably one of the better divisions in the league again. Pretty tight at top with the Bengals and the Ravens. I don't think the Browns or the Steelers even get close. I guess it depends on what Deshaun Watson we see. Justin's not here to hate on him as much as normal, but if he's like the Texans Deshaun Watson, I think it makes it a 3-team race. But right now, I still probably taking the Ravens at plus. I don't like him. I wish it was a little better than plus 145, but I'm pretty good.
I like the Ravens.
The thing with Cleveland is he doesn't have to be Texans Deshaun Watson. He just has to not be horrible. I mean, we
not be the Cleveland Browns Deshaun Watson that he's been.
That was Joe over there, man, taking them to the playoffs like that. Like, just don't be awful. That defense is so dominant.
Yeah, I don't think Houston Deshaun Watson exists anymore. So
no, probably not.
And Lamar's going to go for MVP this year. So
yeah. By the way, we'll talk about that later. His MVP odds are super. I don't know. I'm surprised. Obviously Vegas knows everything we don't know, but we can talk about that later. But I don't with what the Ravens did. I just find it hard to believe that they're not at the top of this list. I know it's only 140 and 145, but I don't know. Is it you, Iceman? You like the Ravens too?
Yeah. Ravens, Dolphins, Bucks were my 3 picks that I would take. I just think I know that it's close. That's why they're all plus money. But yeah, I mean, it depends. It's the Ravens, or if Justin Fields gets the start by week 3, he could take the Steelers all the way.
Come on.
Even I wouldn't have said that one. But hey, I do appreciate the love. I do appreciate the random Jay Fields love.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking Justin Fields in deep superflex redraft leagues, best ball leagues, because I genuinely think by the end of the season he's going to start for them, and he's obviously incredibly fantasy relevant. Yep. Whether he can win them the ball games or not is a different story, but from fantasy perspective, I think he gets the start by mid-season, and
he should get a soon in that. Russ is trash. I mean, at least Justin's young enough for we can try to figure something out. It'd be cool if it worked.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt he's starting by week 4, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Russ can't cook. I wouldn't even let him cook at McDonald's. So on to the South. I don't know. The Colts and Jags, I don't know if you'd flip-flop or not. And the Titans at plus 1,000. I know Justin had on after the offseason breakdown, he's real high on old Bill Levis. I'm not. I don't know what you guys think at plus 1,000. I mean, that's good, but I don't think they can get close to the Texans. So
no. I mean, it's again at plus 1,000, it's worth a punt just in case, but you're gonna need a lot to happen. I mean, you've lost Derrick Henry and you've replaced him with Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears. Like,
friend of the show, Tyjae Spears.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to be a decent, but like,
I'm just joking.
Like, he's not Derrick Henry.
Well, no.
Like, so, and who have you got to who's catching the ball? Like, if Levis is like, I just don't. I like the Titans. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have a soft spot.
Is it still D-Hop?
And Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 3 washed receivers. Great.
Right.
My question still remains.
2 washed receivers and a gambler. Okay.
Yeah. He's in the Discord.
Hell yeah, I like that. Give me a signed jersey.
No, I would love to see them do well, win the division. No.
Yeah.
Like, are you better than Texans at plus 105?
No.
I don't like any of that because I feel like anybody but the Titans could win that division, and I don't like any of the prices.
No.
My money
yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville for sure.
If Joe Flacco starts week 2, if Richardson gets hurt, I would have probably taken the Colts because he'd probably win that division.
A lot of people are high on the Colts too, and that kind of confused me. Do we really think Richardson is going to be able to win enough games to even be contending with Houston?
Richardson's like the next Lamar Jackson or something. I don't know. I'm nervous.
Justin is not on here, but he is a Colts fan, and he says
Richardson.
No. Yeah.
And
he doesn't hate Richardson. He just thinks
he thinks there's no chance he stays healthy.
Yeah.
That style.
I don't. We'll see. I don't know.
He'll come on here and list like a laundry load of injuries from when he played Pop Warner football.
Oh, so he's like he's fully out on him then.
Yeah.
He's ready for Joe Flacco. He probably ordered the jersey already. I'm just gonna need to order a Delaware Joe Flacco jersey and send it to Justin.
Hey, that'd be cold. Send me one.
Oh yeah, if I can find him, that'd be awesome. On to the West. I don't know. This one confused me, and Rich is going to be very mad at me. I don't know how the Raiders are at plus 900 and the Broncos are plus 1,800. I'm sorry, Rich. I don't think there's any chance that they get. I mean, that doesn't make sense. But the Chiefs, obviously, are the Chiefs. Who knows what we'll see with Harbaugh and Herbert. I don't know. Plus 320, I guess, if you want to throw a little money on it, it'd be kind of fun. But
I wish they would have given me a little more there. I probably would have did it. You gave me like plus 500. I probably take a stab there, but 320,
not quite long enough. Yeah. I mean, it's just. I know the Chiefs. It's like, they got a target on back. It's like they've had a target on their back forever. I don't think it's going to matter. So
they mess around and be better this year. Looking at really looking at it, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on paper, like, God, man, fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, we'll move on. After that, Ice, I see you got a little round robin and some other stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah, so it was just the ones we talked about. The Ravens, the Dolphins, the Bucks. I take the 3 of those round robin. 2 of them, they're all plus money, so it's one of those where you should round robin if we're being intelligent gamblers and not just total degenerates.
What you mean by round robin? Sorry.
So you round robin them by 2. So that means basically you're taking them in pairs. So there's 3 options. So you're going to take if 2 of the 3 win, you win. But you're taking each of any of the 2 pairs. So you've got Bucks and Dolphins, Bucks and Ravens, and Dolphins and Ravens. So you're betting on all 3. So you're placing 3 separate bets on 2 of them. And then you've got 1 bet on all 3 of them to win.
It's so funny that he could have went on for 30 more minutes explaining what this was. and he tried to just make it as simple as he could. So I'm sorry for just like, yeah. We have a video. He has a video explaining what it is, though, so everybody can go check that out as well.
He does. I remember watching it.
We will probably do another one again. It's
sweet.
Yeah, but
I think that is. I like that for sure. Like I said, definitely being all plus money. That's a good one. And
then the others are just some of my favorite lines for rushing and receiving yards this season. Unfortunately, FanDuel don't want to let you parlay these, so you have to play them as straights. At least where I am, you can't parlay them. But one is Derrick Henry over 950.5 rushing yards on the season. And the caveat that comes with all these is if these players stay healthy, right? Which is basically, like Mark, we had this conversation, right? Like it's the same as fantasy football as it is with gambling season-long futures. Mm-hmm. If the player you're drafting, assuming that your player stays healthy the entire season, plays 16 games, 17 games. This is the same with these futures bets. If these players stay healthy, there is no way they don't hit these lines, in my opinion. Derrick Henry, 950 yards. I don't care that Lamar Jackson might go MVP season and rush for 750, 800 yards himself. It's Derrick Henry. Like, the man's like averaging 1,200 yards a season in his entire career. They're still going to give him the ball. Why do you don't not give it to him? You just let Lamar Jackson throw the ball. He still win MVP throwing 5 touchdowns a game. So yeah, I think 950 is honestly disrespectful to King Henry, in my opinion, as a line. When he's plus 1,100 to be the rushing leader in the entire league, but everyone else that's around him has over 1,000 yards as their line set.
That's what you need to parlay is those two. Him to win the rushing title and hit his over.
Yeah.
Because if he hits his over, he's winning.
The rushing titles, that's steep. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be a tough sled.
I like that. Definitely.
But yeah, I got Aaron Jones over 725 rushing yards. Again, it's injuries. He only played 11 games last season for the Packers. Got 650. He's gone over 1,000 yards, 3, I think, out of the last 4 seasons. 3 out of the last 5 take out last season when he's healthy. In Minnesota now, Sam Darnold, they're going to run the ball, you would assume, quite a bit. Yeah. 725 is a very low line. I was expecting it to be a little higher than that. So I just like that that's pretty low. And then Najee, 850. I get, don't get me wrong, I get the whole Jaylen Warren thing. But everyone said that last season. And Najee still went over 1,000 yards. He's done it every year of his career so far. So I think 850 is a little bit low. They're going to run, and they're going to run the ball, right, with Russ. Like Russ isn't going to be throwing and assuming that Russ plays. I know we said that already, that Fields could come in after 3 or 4 games, but I don't think if they make Russ the week 1 starter, I don't think they change it after 4 weeks, in all honesty. So yeah, I just think these lines are a lot lower than I was expecting them to be for these running backs.
I don't know how. Like I said, Najee seems like that's pretty well locked in.
Yeah. I just don't see how he's not. Like, I get the Jaylen Warren thing, and he's taken a few less carries, a couple of carries every game lower. But I mean, you could give him 50 less carries than he got last season, and he'd still go over 1,000 yards. Yeah, or over 850. Sorry, he was over 1,000 last season. You take off 50 carries, and he's still at 850. So even if he loses a couple of carries here and there to Jaylen Warren, he loses more in the passing work to Jaylen Warren, right? Not necessarily the rushing stuff. But I still like that line at 850. And then we mentioned Terry McLaurin.
I love
875. 875 is, I mean,
seems kind of disrespectful.
He's gone over this number every year of his career with Sam Howell at quarterback, Tyler Heineke at quarterback.
Hey. Easy on the Old Dominion gunslinger. That's my guy.
With 10 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm not saying, no, I don't mind Taylor, but That is the only reason I can assume that his line is at 875 is that you've got Jaden Daniels coming in at quarterback, which I don't think is a problem for Terry. Like,
I think that's even better.
Yeah,
I
like
think the offense will be better with Cliff Kingsbury too,
Yeah.
instead of Eric Benemy.
Yeah, like 4 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons for Terry McLaurin. I wouldn't mind taking him. He's going to be big money to go over 1,000 yards again this year.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk.
That's our other guy in Tennessee we forgot to mention. No. He's still in Jacksonville.
He's still in Jacksonville. Yeah,
I got
it was Ridley
confused
that
for
went.
me.
So his competition for targets in Jacksonville is obviously Evan Engram, and then probably Brian Thomas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he's the alpha. He's going to go over 1,000 yards. He did 1,100 in his first season in Jacksonville. His line's at 900. Love that. And then we talked about Kyler. I know he's got Marvin Harrison, but Trey McBride, I like his line at 800 yards. He went 825 last season, and he didn't really do anything until week 8. So I know you're adding Marvin Harrison Jr. into it, but I still like that line where it is. Marvin Harrison Jr. obviously gives you the wide receiver 1 outlet for Kyler, but he also is going to take more double teams, free up some more space for Trey McBride. So I don't mind. Like I said, I think he could go 1,000 as well, but it's a lot for a tight end, obviously, to go 1,000 yards in a season. But 800, I'll take. That's it. That's my lot.
I like him.
That's it. Yeah, I love them all. Honestly, you took my my division winners as well. My main ones were Miami and Baltimore, but yeah, obviously I'm going for any of these futures. I have a couple season-long game winners, and then I have players like my boy did. So I got Chicago over 8.5. If we don't get 9 wins, bro, I don't know. The roster makes no sense to me. There's just no way, to be honest with you. With DeAndre Swift being able to spread the box, Caleb's obviously seeing the field very well. 9 games with that schedule too. Sign me up. Miami over 10 as well. Yeah. I just don't see. They mess around their first 10 weeks. They mess around and start 7-3 and be hot. And just like last year where we're like, okay, this could be one of those contenders. And then obviously when it got cold, they shit the bed. But I think 10 wins for them with Buffalo kind of up in the air. I love that. We spoke on the Chargers kind of making some noise. I like my boy Ladd McConkey. Over 725.5, bro. 726 yards. Kid's going to get probably 15 targets. It's like, I can't wait. We'll see. I don't know who else they're even throwing the ball to be honest with
Quentin
you.
Johnston's year. Watch out. That's what they said. I just started laughing because now you know how that's going to go.
Yeah, let's be serious.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I read that. I was
with Harbaugh and his offense.
Yeah.
I don't know about him. They don't even line him up in the right place. And Harbaugh's just going to use him as a deep threat. So all those stem routes and the underneaths, I love Ladd McConkey, and 726 yards is a give me. So Zay Flowers, we spoke on Lamar having an MVP type of season, especially with Derrick Henry. They're going to be stacking the box like in 80% of the game on Baltimore. So Zay Flowers' line is only 875.5. I think if Lamar has a great season, Zay is going to be, one of the main reasons in the passing game, if not the main reason. So I got that. And then obviously I went back to Caleb because I think he's good for 4,000 this year. His line's at 34.50. So give me. That's not a layup. 34.50 with those 3 receivers in a Shane Waldron offense is a layup. So offensive player of the year on a lotto is Bijan Robinson. Oh, did I freeze?
No, it's just like, by the way,
okay.
Lamar on DraftKings is plus 1,800. I just saw today. So
plus what they own with my boy.
Dude, I saw that and I was like, I don't understand that one bit. So I saw you had 16. I was like, shit, I better tell him it's 18 on DraftKings. Like, you get good better.
So, Derrick Henry's about to give them eight guys in the box.
Yeah.
First and second down all season. I can't wait to see it. Zay Flowers, easy 1,000 yards, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then, Lamar MVP 1,600 plus 1,600 on ESPN Bet. Go bet it on FanDuel plus 1,800. And then Bijan Robinson for Offensive Player of the Year is a sneaky one for me, plus 1,600 as well.
Yeah, I like that. Hell yeah. Mark, what you got for us? Oh,
what's up?
I just reading some of your stuff you got on there. It's going to be you told me about that one earlier.
So I have the Rams win total over 8.5. Eight's such a low number for them. I think just looking at the games they should absolutely win, there's 8 of them there. And then that's not even talking about the games they're on par with other teams that they can beat. So I don't see a way we go under 8.5 wins. Next one, I actually placed this in Canton while we were at the Expo. I got Stroud to be the passing leader for plus 750. I think they're going to throw a ton in Houston with all that talent. I was looking at it today. It dropped down to 600. So I got a little bit of value there. Couple sneaky ones I like. Rookie rushing leader, Corum and Benson, both at plus 650. The odds-on favorite is Jonathan Brooks. We were talking earlier. We're not sure he's going to be ready to start the season. The second odd favorite is Jaden Daniels. So, I mean, I just think at plus 650, either one of those guys, if they get fluid with their offense and get a lot of carries, that's plus money right there. I have Falcons over 9.5. I just think it's too easy. Like I said, I thought they're pretty safe to win that division. I have Minnesota under 7.5. I think Darnold sucks, and I don't think they're going to win at all. So I was going to leave this off until you brought it up, but I was typing in the same exact time you were typing in on the page Pro, but I have Chicago under 8.5. I do. I think you're asking a lot for Caleb to come in there and win 9 games his first year.
Hey, you're muted.
Number one defense last 8 weeks of last season.
They do have a great defense.
We have probably the best receiver trio in the league.
I love Keenan Allen, so I'm not arguing with you. I just think I'm not there with you.
Did you see our schedule? Did you see our schedule?
He watched Hard Knocks. He doesn't like that purse. Caleb.
I watched Caleb play a lot last year. He loses in games he should win.
You are talking to an ex Caleb Williams hater.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I used to put him under a crazy microscope, bro. He better be the quarterback messiah.
Well, I guess if it doesn't work out, you can go back to that. So it's all good.
Do I think he's going to be like, you know what I'm saying, Patrick Mahomes right now, right away? No, but I think he's what people say he is, dude. That arm talent is kind of.
Oh, he's an amazing talent. I just think, I don't know.
Our schedule is just too soft. Our schedule is too soft for me to agree, especially with Green Bay. I don't think Green Bay is going to be as good as people say. Minnesota's an easy 2.
Yeah, I mean, you get Minnesota. I think Green Bay is better than you're giving him credit for, though.
And we mess around and get y'all early.
Yeah. I mean, that's a loss, right?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. But shout out to those two. Shout out to Jared Verse and my boy Brendan.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have good games, but yeah, we best run and get y'all. Under 8.5 is crazy, my boy.
We'll see. That's where I'm at.
I'm gonna be interested to see how this plays out because I think you either end up with 8 or 9. Like I think it's gonna be real close. You're gonna
honestly when I went through their schedule. When I went through their schedule, I had them at 7 or 8 wins, and that's why I went under 8.5.
Time will tell. It's going to be fun, regardless.
One I did forget to put on there, though. I like Henry over 10.5 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to try to stop Lamar from taking some of those big hits in the red zone and just pound him in the end zone. It'll be too easy.
They're gonna have Lamar's gonna be just bombing the ball to Zay Flowers down the field anyways, scoring touchdowns, so it won't matter anyways.
Pru, I'm sorry. I can see you. I see you side eyeing me still.
I'm going through the schedule.
Okay.
I'm going through the schedule because I had to see it again to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. We get Arizona, Washington, New England, Carolina, Minnesota twice, obviously. We get Seattle. We get Tennessee early.
That's you haven't got past
gentlemen.
You got to 8 at that point.
That's 8 on the head, right? That's 8 on the head, correct? Yeah. You're saying we're not going to beat one team that's just mediocre, even just better than average? Because I named all the terrible teams we play.
So Titans, Colts.
We can't get Green Bay once.
But you're also going to mess around and lose to the Panthers in week 5. Knowing Chicago,
bro, go to sleep.
How many times?
Go to sleep.
How many times?
Hey,
how many times you text me last year on a Sunday afternoon when you were up in the third quarter and you go bet on the other team, regardless of who they were playing. Every week, bet against the Bears.
Hey,
so
you're talking to somebody that bet live at the start of the 4th a plus 750 for Denver to come back down 21 against them, and I hit that bet.
Denver.
So for me to tell you right now, the difference is Shane Waldron, because we got rid of that terrible guy we got from Green Bay, Luke Getsy.
Yeah, he wasn't an offensive coordinator. I don't know why you guys bash him for that.
And Caleb Williams, bro.
You guys hating on Luke Getsy like he was some play caller.
He's horrible. He
wasn't a play caller.
Obviously.
Yeah,
obviously we know that.
That's dumbass Matt Eberflus' fault. That guy, come on.
Don't get me started, bro. It's been a lovely time. Don't get me started right now. Y'all said under 8.5. I'm reaching out for 3 gentlemen's bets. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. I like that. We got some college football real quick before we get out of here. I don't know who put all these up here, but I see DJ bets. I'm in on that.
I mean, football's this weekend, so I just,
Newsweek 0. We made it.
The one I had as a lock is SMU minus 25.5. Preston Stone is a stud, and I think this year you're going to see him in the Heisman conversation by the end of the year. I'm not saying he's going to win it. I'm not going there, but I'm saying his name will be in the talks. The other, I like Florida State minus 10.5, was at 13. I think I see you dancing over there. I think Florida State dominates both sides of the ball. A lot of people think Georgia Tech's going to keep it close. I don't see it that way. I think that's the easy bet. The one thing I am leaning though on that game is the under. I don't think, with the game being in Dublin, I just don't see them scoring over 55.5 points.
That Guinness slows you down.
Yeah.
That's a great gambling strategy as well. I wouldn't personally risk the under, but I wouldn't be surprised that it does go under because it's in Dublin. So yeah.
We said that last year, right? With the game in Germany.
Yep. We always do that.
The Chiefs Dolphins game.
Yep. Yeah. And it was a snoozer.
That game was awful. I remember that game. That game
was a snoozer.
I woke up and watched. I was like, hell yeah, early football's like, this sucks.
Because that time difference, that jet lag is real for these guys. Like, they're not, especially the college kids, right? Like, it impacts. You see it in the NFL London games, the NFL like Berlin ones. So yeah, I actually really like that play for that reason.
And speaking of that, this one's not for the squeamish. So this is my DGen bet. Hawaii minus 40.5. Now, hold on and hear me out. The game starts at 11:59. So, for us up wee hours of the night, we got something to watch and something to bet on. And this is the FBS versus FCS game. Hawaii should already blow them out of the water before we talk about anything else. But just today, found out Delaware missed their 10.5-hour flight to Hawaii today. So they plan to go there early, get it accurate, get ready, not be jet lagged, get used to their time zone. They missed the flight. So not only do we have an FBS versus FCS school, now they don't even know when they're going to get there, and they got to go up and play Hawaii at midnight.
Like 5 time zones over from Delaware. Like,
I think Hawaii could win by 100.
It's like when Colt Brennan was back there slinging the rock back in the day.
Yo, shout out Colt Brennan. That was a good call out, yo.
Hell yeah.
He was crazy raw in college.
Hell yeah. That was a long time ago, man. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bet that, Mark, just because you said because they missed their flight today. I feel like you have to. Definitely.
Same.
Hey, who was at Mizzou at that time? Because there was another quarterback that was at Mizzou that was good that year. I remember. I hope you
Chase Daniel time.
Was it? Oh yeah, and they were actually really good.
Yeah.
Look what he turned out to be. Another for the Mountain State. Great career.
Stud backup. Make him bank. Good Twitter follow for sure.
The other game was Montana State and New Mexico. Montana State was 11.5. I really didn't have a feel on that game. Did you guys have a feel either way?
No.
Yeah.
I did not look at Montana State. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna keep
Come
it
on,
real
we
with
got
you, boss.
football back.
Yeah, but you had me at Florida State. We didn't have to, we didn't have to.
He's not a big Bobcats guy,
Yeah, 10.5, by the way, for Florida State is a give me. I don't know how they expect that not to go, but
Florida Hawaii parlay it is.
That's right.
So that means everybody's betting Georgia Tech, right? Because it was at 13. If we're down to 10.5 already, the books are getting a lot of money at Georgia Tech.
You just asked me if I'm betting against Florida State?
No. I said
because the line
that means everybody's betting on Georgia Tech. Because the line was at 13 and now it's at 10.5. So the books have to be taking a lot of money on Georgia Tech for it to drop that much. 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, they might have gotten roster submitted or new injury or something like that too. It's early.
Well, hey, you guys want to plug your show before we get out of here?
Ice, take it away.
Playing with House Money is coming back next Thursday. So we'll be back next Thursday. It drops around midday, 1 o'clock Eastern time, just in time for Thursday night football. And we'll be back every day throughout the season. We are going to this year have multiple shows. We got the Soccer Gambling Cognoscenti goes out on a Friday. We're going to have some college football shows. A lot of guest appearances. You two will get asked to be on one. Mark probably come on the college football show because otherwise Pru's talking for 30 minutes straight. I don't really know much about the college stuff. I just sit here and tell him what the odds are. But yeah, we're going to have a college football show, the NFL show going out on a Thursday. So yeah, lots of content coming our way from us at PW_House Money on Twitter, on YouTube. Give us a follow, like and subscribe. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Make sure to check them out. Like I said, hit them up their Discord. It's cheap. Just join it for a month. It'll pay for the rest of the year. So
join it, and if you join it this month, use code Expo 2024. You don't even have to pay for this month to just see what it's about. Come win some soccer bets.
Just scroll his Twitter, bro. Just scroll his Twitter, everybody, please. Just go scroll his Twitter. Do me that favor, and you're gonna see exactly what we're talking about. And look at the dates. It's back to back like Drake. Let's get it.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks again. Looking forward to week 0, last week of preseason, and we'll see you again next week before it all kicks off. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.